Hello students, we continue with our physics lecture in which we were studying mathematical methods. You have studied addition and subtraction of vectors. We have seen how to find out the magnitude and direction of the resultant vector. We have seen how to resolve a vector into two or more component vectors. Now we are going to start with another interesting part in vectors, in vector operation rather, and that is multiplication of vectors. Okay students, now when we begin with the multiplication of vectors, there are certain points that we have to keep in mind. In fact, when we multiply two vectors of the same type or of the different type, then we always get a new physical quantity which may be a scalar or which may be a vector. So when a vector multiplies another vector, we obtain a new physical quantity, and this physical quantity may not be necessarily a vector, it can also be a scalar. So firstly, we will record down some important points of multiplication of vectors, and then we are going to see the vector multiplication in action. Okay students, so let us first mention down some important points. So firstly, when two vectors of same or different types are multiplied. When we multiply vectors of same or different type, a new physical quantity which may be a scalar or a vector is obtained. Okay? Say for example, if I multiply force vector, what is this? This is force. When it is multiplied by displacement vector, what is this? Displacement. When I multiply force vector with displacement vector, I get a new physical quantity which is work. What do I get? Work. Now what is this work? Work is a scalar quantity. What is this work? It is a scalar quantity. So when I multiply force and displacement, both are vector quantities. So force vector when multiplied by displacement vector, I will get a new physical quantity, that is work, which is a scalar quantity. Are you getting it? So force vector into displacement vector will give me a scalar quantity, that is work. Okay. Now, if we take the multiplication of a scalar, so it is not necessary that two vectors when they multiply they will give you a scalar quantity. No. Multiplication of two vectors can also give a vector quantity. So it can be a scalar or it can be a vector. Okay. Now if we go for the next characteristic of multiplication of vectors, then what do we find that when we multiply a scalar with a vector, take a scalar, multiply it with a vector, and that will always result in a vector quantity. So when a scalar is multiplied with a vector, product is always a vector. So multiply a scalar with a vector, product will always be a vector. Okay, so when we multiply a scalar quantity with a vector quantity, the product of this multiplication will always be a vector quantity. Okay, so when we go for multiplication of vectors, we are going to study two types of products of vector multiplication. Why? Because when vectors are multiplied, you can get a scalar or you can get a vector. So we have to study two products of vector multiplication, that is the scalar product of vector multiplication and the vector product of vector multiplication. So firstly, let us go for scalar product of vector multiplication. Understand, what are we saying? Scalar product of vector multiplication. मतलब दो वेक्टर्स का हमने मल्टीप्लिकेशन किया है, पर उससे जो फिजिकल क्वांटिटी हमें मिलती है, न्यू फिजिकल क्वांटिटी हमें मिलती है, वो क्या होने वाली है? स्केलर होने वाली है. So we call it as scalar product of vector multiplication. Okay? Now, the scalar product is also called dot product. What do we call this? We call this as a dot product. Okay, so it is also called as a dot product. Now what we will consider? Let us consider the scalar product of two vectors. Okay, so let vector P and vector Q be two vectors. We are taking two vectors, vector P and vector Q. Now how are these vectors? Such that the angle between the two is theta. So we have two vectors. Let me take this as vector P. Okay, and here I have vector Q. And the angle between these two vectors, what have I taken? Theta. Okay, so I have two vectors, vector P and vector Q, such that the angle between these two vectors, vector P and vector Q, is equal to theta. If this is the condition, then I can express the scalar product between these two vectors as, how will I express the scalar product? Let me see. The scalar product of vector P and vector Q is given as, how will I give this product? I will give this product as vector P dot vector Q. And so I call scalar product as dot products. How am I going to represent it, students? Vector P dot vector Q. And what is going to be the magnitude of the scalar product? It will be equal to magnitude of vector P into magnitude of vector Q into cosine of the angle theta. Okay, so I give vector P dot vector q equal to, now this magnitude of vector p I can also represent as simply p. Magnitude of vector q I can write it as q cos of theta. So what is the scalar product of two vectors p and q? Vector p dot vector q is equal to pq cos theta. What is it? pq cos theta. Are you getting it? So how will I define the scalar product? I will define the scalar product as scalar product of two vectors is the product of magnitudes of the two vectors and cosine of the angle between them. Okay, this is what is the definition of scalar product of two vectors. Okay, so scalar product of two vectors is a scalar quantity. Isn't it a scalar quantity? What I have to remember again, scalar product of two vectors is a scalar quantity. So I call this as a scalar product. I represent this multiplication by giving a dot between the two vectors. So this is also called as a dot product. Are you getting it, students? So when two vectors are multiplied so that the new physical quantity obtained is a scalar, then that multiplication is called as scalar product of two vectors. It is represented by putting a dot in between the two vectors to indicate the multiplication. So this product is also called as the dot product. So for two vectors p and q having an angle theta between them, their scalar product will be given as vector p dot vector q. How are you going to read it as? Vector p dot vector q. Or you can say dot product of vector p and q equals to what? pq cos theta. Equals to what? pq cos theta. We have considered two vectors, say p and q. It can be vector a and vector b. Then vector a dot vector b will be what? ab cos theta. Okay. Vector r dot vector s will be what? rs cos theta. Are you going to get it? Are you getting it? And every time this scalar product will be a scalar quantity. What is it going to be? A scalar physical quantity. Have you all got this? Very good. You have to go through this, write this down in your notebook, a must, and then we are going to go for the characteristic properties of the scalar product or the dot product. Okay, students, now let us go for the next important concept in this scalar product, where we are going to study the characteristic properties of this scalar product. And you all have to understand all these characteristics. From the exam point of view, these characteristic properties of scalar product are very important. But students, we don't want you to be only studying for the exam. All these these are your concept builders. So these should be understood by you because you are going to apply all these concepts in your future studies. So it is not like to score marks in the exam that you are going to learn this. I want you to understand it. I want you to perfectly have it fixed in your brain. Are you getting it? Okay. Now we'll go for the first property of scalar product. Now what is the first property? The scalar product of two vectors is equivalent to the product of magnitude of one vector with the magnitude of the component of the other vector in the direction of the first vector. Now whatever I said, maybe you must have felt it's very difficult to understand. Not at all. We will understand this. First, let us write down this characteristic. What is the first characteristic? The scalar product of two vectors is equivalent to the product of what? Product of magnitude of one vector with the magnitude of the component of other vector. So it is the product of magnitude of one vector. It is the product of magnitude of one vector with the magnitude of component of other vector in the direction of first vector. In the direction of first vector. Okay, this is the first characteristic. Now let us remain this written there on the board. We'll understand it, then we'll go again into what we have written, and then only you will understand all these points very well in it. Okay, so just write it down in your notebook. I want this characteristic written in your notebook, and we'll go for